Well, if I was in your place, I'd be surprised too, because telling me that this is free and that I've made all that money that I've shown you from this prior book. Let me go back to the book. When I'm showing you all the money that I make from this book, I know it could get really tricky, and most people, the problem that I face is with most people, they think that it's that you're lying. They think it's so good to be true. But that's the problem that you got to resolve, right? That's the biggest problem that you got to resolve, because if you're thinking that this is not what it is, then you're not going to be able to make the system that I'm going to share with you work the way it's supposed to work. As opposed to, if you believe that you can achieve great results, you will eventually, with hard work and dedication and perseverance and repetition and consistency, you will reach the results. And so, but first of all, let's go ahead and have a little accounting lesson over here, a small accounting lesson, because I want to get into the digital assets and what are digital assets. And obviously, you've heard of the term blockchain, which is a very prevalent term now. But let's go ahead and explain what is the difference between assets and liabilities. Now, assets can be defined as items of value. Business owns the items, generates revenue for the business, provides long-term benefits to the business. So, in short, to be precise, what an asset is something that puts money into your pocket, right? Anything that puts money into your pocket is an asset. An asset is something that puts money into your pocket, whether that be from a rent, whether that be from a taxi, from a shop, anything that drives you money, that gets you money, more money than you spend on it, because an asset can be something that you spend money on. It can be a company. So sometimes if you have a company, you're obviously spending a lot, you're spending costs on a company. And so an asset is something that puts money into your pocket. A liability, on the other hand, can be defined as debts the business owes to another entity, can be used to purchase assets. So liability, debt can be used to purchase assets, and this is how the rich get richer. They use debt and they use liabilities to purchase assets that in return get them the value, get them the money they spent on purchasing the asset in the first place. And then after that, the asset starts generating money to them. It becomes a full asset, 100% profit asset or profitable asset. Now, it also may liabilities may help finance business operations, and they are an expense for the business. And so, what liability means is, to be short, something that takes money away from your pocket. Now, when we spoke about the example of the notebook, let me go back there and show it to you again. Now, this is an asset. And the reason why it is an asset is because I only had to create it once, and it started generating money for me ever since I created it. So, ever since I created it and put it on Amazon KDP, from that point on, it became an asset, and it's working for me ever since that day, ever since 2000, that fateful day on 26 April 2019. It's still working for me, so it's an asset. This book as well is still working for me, so it's an asset. So there are many forms of assets. There are physical assets, obviously, in the real world, like we said, if you have a taxi or a cafe, cafeteria. So those are physical assets, and there are digital assets. Now, one of the best digital assets that one can own is a book, an ebook, a low content book. You can own courses, Bitcoin, all that stuff are digital assets, right? YouTube videos, digital asset. And so, practically anything that makes you money and has a digital nature to it is a digital asset. And so, e-books, Amazon books, fall into the category of digital assets. So, in the next lectures, you will learn how to create digital assets and create a lot of them and make them work for you in the future. These assets will become your money makers. You'll put them once and they'll start working for you. From that point onwards, they'll start working for you. So unless you want to throw money in trash by disregarding the method that I'm about to preach to you, that I'm about to teach you, go ahead, because Amazon KDP is the perfect $0 budget business plan. No gimmicks, no screwing you over, no lying. I'm talking from experience. I'm talking as a guy who made a good decent amount of money from KDP from multiple stream avenues. I'm not particularly dependent on any income stream. I believe that you should create as many income streams as possible. So you can create a YouTube channel, an Amazon KDP account, a Udemy account as instructor, create a bunch of websites. The more assets you can have, the better. But the big but is most people don't have the time to quit their jobs and start creating all these assets. First of all, because the fear, because quitting your job means that you have to figure something new. And obviously, new is always scary. And so the brain cannot function when it's scared. And obviously, leaving a job is something that many people are afraid of. And generally, that's a good thing, because it's a survival mode. Can't quit your job if you don't know anything else. And obviously, if you want the perfect introduction to the online world, to the world of online money, then you need to first of all make those first dollars. And Amazon KDP will really, really be the first and the best thing you can do to earn those first dollars. To be as straight as I can with you, this is what it is. I mean, if you haven't made money drop shipping, then what makes you think that you will make money drop shipping? Because if you tried a lot and failed, obviously there's something wrong. And so maybe you need to work on your confidence, and particularly so the Amazon KDP business plan and the Amazon KDP business itself will really help you get that confidence that you need, that boost that you need. Obviously, it requires no skills at all. So you can start earning money by creating as many books as possible and publishing all these books and benefiting from the compound effect, which we're going to explain in the near future.